10 of the best DoorDash Dasher settings and features that you can use in 2024 and beyond, coming from a DoorDash Dasher who's done this stuff for years. I use every single one of these to, yes, make more money, save headaches. So you're going to want to see this entire list here. Number one, the first thing I do when I'm looking to dash, obviously there's Dash Now, or you can have a scheduled shift, but I'm always looking up here to the promos tab. It's a per delivery bonus called peak pay. There can be other types of promos, but typically I'm looking for that peak pay. Now, if you've done this stuff for a while like I have, you might be thinking, what peak pay? A lot of marketplaces aren't seeing any or a lot less per delivery bonuses. That is exactly why it's even more important to check this stuff, because you can schedule based on the peak pay. So if there is peak pay, or if there's less peak pay and you happen to see some, click on that in this promo tab and schedule ASAP if you're obviously available to dash then. There's also no penalty for missing a scheduled dash. There's no penalty as an independent contractor. Now, DoorDash, after 30 minutes, they're going to cancel that scheduled dash if you don't go online. But there's no account penalties. There's literally no faults or anything. So just schedule it if you do think you can dash to that time. Keep in mind at the time of filming this video, there's no longer the early access scheduling. That's not available in the United States. That's now called advanced scheduling, and that's rolled into the newer Dasher rewards program. Number two, speaking of the scheduling here, so I can schedule with either the Dasher rewards advanced scheduling or just the standard scheduling options that you have there. Personally, I usually dash now. So I'm available. I see if that Dash Now icon's available, and I click on that and I immediately start to go online. But that's not available for everyone, and not everyone wants to do that. So when I click on scheduling here, what I would do is click on that gear icon, which is going to open settings here. And this is what I currently have. You want to filter out any sub marketplace, because DoorDash breaks your entire marketplace into smaller marketplaces. Turn off every single sub marketplace that's not relevant to you, because I don't want to see Grove City like an hour north of me. It makes no sense. It's going to clog up my app, because if I do prefer scheduling and scheduling is competitive, especially in my marketplace, I don't want all that wasted stuff. Number three, a feature that was initially on a 6 to 8 week pilot program. And at least in my research, my experience with DoorDash, they tend to expand a lot of these programs. This is Dasher preferences. You're going to be able to filter out order types that you don't want. So this is what I have. If I don't want to do shop and deliver, which is exactly my preference here, I turn it off. If you don't want to do cash on delivery or whatever else is listed, alcohol, then you can turn that off. Now, what that might do, and DoorDash has said the same thing here, is it might decrease your order volume. So how many orders you typically get, I should say offerings, okay? The offers that you typically get on a shift. That makes sense, because if I turn off alcohol or shop and deliver, I'm going to get a lot less total offers, because it's not going to include those order types. But what it will also do is it'll cause you to worry about your acceptance rate less, especially because you shouldn't really worry about it unless you're going for this. If you're going for Dasher rewards, DoorDash's rewards program that's largely based on the high paying offers on the silver, gold, and platinum statuses, which are based on, in part, that acceptance rate. Number four is a very basic thing that basically every Dasher should have. So comment down below if you have this feature, please. We can compare there. It's the pizza bag verification. What do I need? A pizza bag, obviously, but I need one that's approved, just like a big enough size, basically. And then I submit a picture of it to DoorDash. I always say with a lot of this stuff, specifically with accessories, we do have an affiliate team storefront. It's linked down below in the description if you need any really side hustle accessories. It's a one-time purchase, just once. It's a business expense. DoorDash says you'll have, quote, an increased chance of getting pizza orders. In my opinion, it looks a lot better as a courier to have a pizza bag. I also recommend, if you're going to do this for longer than a month, especially 3 months or more, even as a part-time side hustle, get a catering bag as well. I've had plenty of times where something didn't fit in my standard hot and cold bag, I use the catering bag. It looks good, it looks professional, and DoorDash does hint at it could lead to higher tips, which actually does make sense. Customers do appreciate it. Number 5, you know that Dasher Red card? It's a pre-authorized payment card. Most every food delivery platform has it. If I'm gonna take a shop and deliver, or even an order and pay, where I order first and then I pay for the customer's order using this red card. Simply put it on your phone digital wallet, and admittedly it took me way too long to do this, whereas if I forgot the physical red card, then I can't do shop and deliver or place and pay, or if I get it and it's a really good margin, like a place and pay for $11, 2 miles, I wanna take it, but I don't have my red card, this is great protection. You'll have a digital copy of your red card in essence. Number 6, let's talk about DoorDash Dasher specific setting features. Go into your app settings and you need to make sure you have on promotional push notifications. So if it's busy, let's say, and you're sitting around and there was not any peak pay, any bonus pay, but for whatever reason, more customers are ordering and or they just don't have as many Dashers as they thought, then they'll give you a push or a drop down notification. It'll look something like this. Like, it's busy right now. If you want a Dash, there's an extra $1, an extra $2. And there's certainly been plenty of times since I started doing this gig work in 2015 that I had notifications like that. I wasn't doing anything and I instantly started driving. And especially going back to that peak pay thing, if peak pay is rare, then it could be an opportunity to get some peak pay when previously it showed that there wasn't going to be any. Also, in your app settings here, this is where you can also change your language if need be. And then also this newer SafeDash feature, just auto flags if something's taking too long, safety features, GPS tracking. You can share your trips with someone else as well. Number 7, the navigation, and specifically the in-app navigation from DoorDash. Frankly, the only in-app navigation on really any gig platform that I recommend. I typically use Google Maps, and this is Google Maps integrated with a partnership with DoorDash into their driver app here. And let me show you this. What I like is everything's in one screen versus having to toggle out of my Google Maps back into DoorDash, and it'll say things like this: the restaurant or the customer's name, the address. So as I'm looking for the house number, I don't got to swipe back to the app just to double check. Any pickup or delivery instructions. So as I'm making my delivery, I say, which house was it? And I just have to swipe up on the navigation. It'll say so-and-so. Again, there's a house number. And actually, as they get closer, there's going to be a flag on that building as well, which is nice because there's a lot of facilities or buildings grouped together. Typically, it'll have that flag on there. Also, something I like here as a reminder, just again, swiping up on the navigation here, contactless delivery here. So sometimes I'll forget, and instead of having to go back and I'm multi-apping and other apps are open in the background, all of this, I got to find DoorDash again. It'll say, leave a door, meet curbside, whatever it is. Number 8, go into your rating screen here. Look at mine here. It says based on your 100 most recent delivery ratings, but specifically under that, one rating excluded with that little icon there. If you click on that, it says, we recognize that some deliveries may involve factors that aren't directly related to you, like merchant wait times, merchant made mistake on an order, customer fraud, already started, late when offered to you as a Dasher. In the real world, like even I have a 1 3-star rating and the rest basically are 5. You're going to have lower ratings, even if you do everything perfectly, go from A to B, try to avoid traffic, have an insulated bag. But it's nice to see how many of the ratings were actually excluded. Number 9, looking at the earnings, I can't really understand my earnings until I see how good is my driving based on the numbers, because you don't want to just go out there, I advise not to at least, and just take everything, not really care about driving, go online whenever. I really don't have a strategy here. So when I'm looking at this, I want to see how many deliveries have I done? What is my dash time online? What is my active time? What are my tips for my customer? And I like that DoorDash breaks it down on one line item. This gives you a basis, maybe 50% of the info that I want to see. because I want to see how often are customers tipping, what's their average tip, what is my pay per mile, how much bonus pay am I averaging, and really trend analysis over the past, whatever you want to measure, 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, etc. Again, that's not everything. I do have an earnings tracking spreadsheet. It's on my website, yourdrivermike.com. I use that to see more analytics, and a lot of that's auto-calculating anyway. I just punch in my info after my shift. Again, that's my earnings tracking spreadsheet. You can get a copy at yourdrivermike.com/tracking. And then lastly, the help section. If you're on a dash, then it's easy to find where to contact support. If you're looking on your mobile or desktop, it's decently easy. But if you're in the app, and if you ever need to contact support, do this. Click on help, scroll down to additional resources, and here you can either chat or call support instantly. And I did find this kind of bonus tip here. In that help section, if you go to account data, you can request information that's been collected by the company and or turn off personalized ads or, selling my info here. 10 tips as a DoorDash Dasher to save headaches, make more money, strategize better. Let me know which one of these was the best kind of aha moment for you that helped you out the most.